Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. You're in the right place. This is the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber show. And I'm Scrubber.
BH here. Yeah, man, we got a great show. Man, what a great win. We're so stoked. Sure, everybody out there is just pumped as heck. So, yeah, we're gonna talk all about that game. And, man, 99% positive stuff.
Yep.
And we're going to talk a little bit of Seahawks because we're on Monday night. And, yeah, we're going to have a good one here. And we're going to start right off on offense, man. So, yeah. What do you think, Scrubber? Who's your star on offense?
My star on offense is, the obvious would be Heineke, but I have to go with the front line.
Yep.
Flowers and Leno Jr., God, them guys, Schweitzer standing in there doing the thing.
Yep.
They just did such a great job. You need that front line because we did a lot of running that game.
We did.
And they really opened that run up, gave Antonio some room to run.
Yeah.
Patterson a little bit. So I just thought them guys, just under the circumstances that they're dealing with, I thought they really shined. So
yeah, it's 2 weeks in a row now for them. Give them, like I said, A- last week. I'll give them an A- this week. A little bit of breakdown for those sacks. Of course, some of those sacks were Mr. Heineke because he does hold on to that ball. But I think a lot of that is he just does not want to throw a turnover.
Yeah.
There was one, though. There was one, I think, Reddick, their rush linebacker. Somehow there's a little confusion, and our tight end Bates, he got stuck out there blocking him. That's a mismatch. I don't think they wanted it to be that way, but that's what teams do. And he burned Bates and got in there. But
I remember that one now.
Yeah,
he just kind of ran right around him. He kind of gave him a chip instead of a full block or something.
Yeah, but it's tough. It's like having you can't have a tight end blocking guys like Watt and Joey Bosa and those guys. It's just not gonna. They can help block. But that's what happens. Teams confuse things. But hey, forget it, man. That O-line did good. I mean, oh my gosh. Now Cosme got a little beat up.
He did.
You know that. And so did the center.
Schweitzer, they were taping him up, and Ishmael was in there for a while. I forget his name, Keith or David.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think Schweitzer basically was the first sub. So when Larson went out, Schweitzer took over.
Uh-huh.
And he did great.
He did.
So he was wonderful. Now, right now, we'll talk about injuries later. But for now, offensive line dominated. So I got to give a gold star once again to Taylor Heineke.
Sure do.
Second game around where he just was a field general. No mistakes, did a lot of great things. He had 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, not a lot of yards.
Yeah.
I was looking at Pro Football Focus. He was Pro Football Focus. Now there, we know there's a QBR rating, there's a quarterback rating, and then the Pro Football Focus has their way of rating. I'm not going to get into that, but the bottom line is Taylor Heineke was their number 1 rated quarterback last weekend.
Nice.
Which means he's doing the right things. And he did great. He threw some impressive throws, especially, he got Terry McLaurin deep, which was fun to watch, not real deep, but, he was stretching the field.
Too. Yeah.
And he did some great runs. He broke off some runs, just broke their back.
Yeah.
With those.
Sliding correctly early in the season, he would have taken one to the head. You see slides now. He does all that perfectly.
Yeah, he did great. And so, what more can you say? This kid, we said it, he just needs time to grow and to grow in this offense. So he did wonderful.
It is fun to watch him grow. We've been waiting. So mostly his passing has really improved, in my opinion. I had problems with that stuff earlier, but he has dialed in on the things that I expressly talked about, was making sure that over the middle is low and away. You're
Yep.
going towards the corner of the end zone, put it up over there. Get the correct pass for the correct situation. It seems like he's done that perfectly now.
Yeah, he threw a tight one to Terry McLaurin in the end zone, but like you said, it was nice and high. Terry could go get it.
Yeah.
There's another guy, Terry McLaurin. What a game, man! 103 yards and a touchdown. He just and Heineke laid some nice passes out to him. That
early
one in the
game
end zone
too.
Oh yeah, and there was one where he kind of threw it up there, and Terry just went up and got it, and that was really good to see that he just trusts McLaurin. Now, here's a thing I was reading about. We got a thing called contested catch rate. Nowadays they watch every play, every guy. So every time there's a contested catch, they document it. Okay, who won? Was it intercepted? Was it incomplete? Did the receiver get it? Terry's number one contested catch rate. So that's a guy. I mean, you don't want to throw junk up there, but one-on-one, if he's out there, he's the kind of guy you can just kind of put it out and he'll go get it. So it's nice to see, Heineke starting to trust him.
Yeah, they worked really great together. Yeah, McLaurin, he's one of them ones he knows he's not one of them wait for the ball to come to me guys either. I gotta go get it. That's the kind of receiver he is. I like him for that kind of stuff. DeAndre Carter is in that same vein as well, being the punt returner that he is. He's one of them. I gotta go get the ball. Don't wait for it to come to me. So
yeah, there's another guy. DeAndre, man, looked great. He really did. I was just noticing his snap counts, because we always talk about what's going on the other side of McLaurin. Well, we know we've got problems with Samuel. Diami Brown's been banged up. So we kind of been just using a committee. And Dax Milne gets in there. Even Diami has been kind of getting in on both sides. And Cam Sims has been in there. But really, I was just looking. DeAndre Carter has moved up. He's kind of gone 40, 50, 55. And this week, 75% of the snap count.
He was out there a lot.
So they're trusting him over there. And I guess a lot of it, too, as we talked about it, is the playbook. You can't just give a guy 195 plays. If you're just the kick returner, I mean, he's learning it. So, they can't just throw it all out there. But, I mean.
Well, what I saw him doing during the game, too, is, he wears, it seems like punt returners and kick returners can wear their socks like different. His stuff looks different. So when you watch the game, you could tell who he is.
Yeah.
It's different. And so he was in motion a lot. He was coming across. Like a lot of times I'm just picturing it in my head. I must have seen him do it like 5-6 times, maybe even, where it looks like, that jet sweep coming across right before Taylor gets the ball. So it confuses them. And I like using him for that. And I like the fact that he is allowed to wear slightly different color, not different color, but how them punt returners do wear a lot of times, like on their legs, like the full red of their color or something.
Yeah.
So just to watch that run across the field, and easy to follow him when he's out there running. So he was a lot of fun.
He's a good guy to do that with, because he's so fast. When they set him in motion, they're not sending a linebacker or the strong safety. They got to make sure there's a corner or someone over there, because he's a guy that will, he's very disruptive, and he could just streak right up and burn you. So so happy for that young guy. Oh my gosh, man, he's wonderful. And I think, another guy, Antonio Gibson. That was interesting, right, with the fumble.
Yeah.
He put it on the ground. He got pretty much benched. I mean, he got benched for the rest of the half.
He did.
But Patterson and J.D. McKissick came in, and McKissick blew it up, man. McKissick, I mean, they were handing it right off to him.
Yeah.
And he was just killing it, man.
He'll take it every time.
Every time. He was awesome. So, I was really happy. But, what they did was, second half, coach says, okay, all's forgiven.
Yep.
Get out there. And, man, did he kill it. Two games in a row where he ran powerful, ran strong. He was doing really good, man. 19 for 95 yards. Yeah. I mean, if he hadn't put it on the ground, I mean, we could have been looking at 27 rushes for 150. He was building. He was building up. And I'm going to say this, man. let's watch in these next 3 games, watching that guy go, the way he's running so powerfully. He's going to have one of those games with this offensive line. You watch. He's going to have 24 rushes for 160 yards and at least 1 touchdown here pretty soon. Yeah. He's got that look, man. He's got that strength and that ability, the drive. You talked about it. He's a very business-like guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good to see him. He's quiet and he just knows the thing that he has to do and he's focused on it. And even when we did the live stream, now we can't watch it, but I was noting every time we seen him run, it was like, oh, you could tell. I mean, you could feel it that he was mad and he just wanted to make up for everything that he did, and he gets up holding it, hugging it, and yeah, I feel like he more than made up for that. If you're fumbly like that, and I got to watch the fumble too, that guy got a ape arm out there and he just touched it, you know what I mean? So he maybe thought he was fine. I let it go. Yeah. And so he made up for it in the second half and just carried on through. So, and he did, the reason why Heineke was like only 16 for 24 in his passing because we did a lot of running. Them boys did a lot of running. So,
yep, we had 369 total yards, 190 rushing yards.
Yeah, how about that? That's a pretty monster number, right?
Yeah, put it right up their ass, man.
Yeah,
I mean, and everybody, Jared Patterson ran on him, JD ran on him. I mean, even Taylor Heineke ran on him. So
yeah, he did.
So when you look at that, time of possession, I'm looking here, 36 minutes to 24 minutes.
We've been on the plus several games here now.
And that's what coach wants. He preaches it like crazy. Hell, we preach it crazy.
Yeah.
So looking at the conversions were interesting. Third down conversion, 6 for 13.
47%, almost 50%.
Yep, and fourth down conversions, 2 for 2.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Scary 2 for 2.
Exactly. And conversely, total third and fourth down, I wrote down third and fourth down conversions combined, Panthers 3 for 12.
Nice.
So that shows
to hear that
we stepped up. Our boys stepped up on those conversions. And we saw it a couple times. Camp Curl came in on CMC, took him down short, boom. Yep. End of the drive, man. And they did a lot of that too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. I will say, John Bates to finish up on offense. John Bates and his catching, that great catch. Yeah, that was so ballsy, man. That was a 4th and 3, right?
Yeah, 4th and 3. Yeah. And he it was a dumper. I think he was still in the clutches and.
Yeah, and Bates ran his route. Yeah,
got low
Bates
on
ran his route,
scooped it.
Yep. And he got it, and that was really crucial.
Mm-hmm.
And just a really a gold star for Wes Schweitzer stepping in. Now Wes is going to probably be in there. We'll talk about that in the injury section, but it might take a little while. Larson's okay, not an injured reserve, so we should see some more Wes Schweitzer at center. He handled himself really good. So offense.
Backbone.
What more can you say, man? They just really did great. So
Samus Reyes was out there. He was out there for a good percentage of the snaps, too. I was watching for him and on special teams. So, not only is like 25% on offense and like 50-something on special teams. So, he's out there.
You're right. About 25% on offense. But that's his highest so far this year, right?
Yeah. He did really good. I watched him. It was fun to watch him.
We got, if everything could work out with Logan Thomas, and it was, Logan Thomas. Well, now we do have Ricky Seals coming back, but those other two, man, John Bates and Samus and Logan Thomas, all three can block like a son of a gun. And that's, boy, I tell you, you get double tight end sets the way we run, and we could kill some people. I mean, just make their lives miserable. Because those guys love to block. And then when I was watching Bates, I was watching that video. I didn't realize how good he was. Oh my gosh. And technique wise, he was good. He's not a grabber. He's not a jabber. He really just gets on his guy and just pushes it or seals him off. He did really good. He knew where the hole was. He knew where the running back was probably going to come, turned and sealed his guy off, very, very good technique. So excellent stuff. So, let's talk about some defense, huh?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, the offense did really good. kudos to them, dude.
What can you say, man?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, let's go D.
Yeah, defense once again. I think Holcomb and Curl leading in tackles.
Yep.
Not surprising. A couple of not just I think Cam, roped up Christian McCaffrey really good and stopped him on third. But I saw Holcomb wrapping McCaffrey up, and he would get 7, 8, and 12-yard plays. But we talked about it in the Tampa Bay game, like even when Leonard Fournette got a catch, within 2 seconds, someone was on him, roped him down. So that's fine. Yeah, no one wants to give up a 12-yard run, but you know what? You don't want to have an 18-yard run.
Yeah.
So they were good, decent.
They did really
coverage.
good in that area. You're right. It's the yards, after contact, and that has been kept way down these last couple games. They're rolling up on them boys. It's good. Right. Like you said, you turn a 7 is okay. You don't want them to get 12.
Yep.
And that's what we did. And McCaffrey only had an average day. I looked at his numbers. They were like average for somebody who does what he does. They weren't blowout numbers by any means. So.
He's the kind of guy who'll just wreck your team.
Yeah.
He has those days where he does it. He had a great catch on that seam pass where he just went straight up the seam. I think there's a little bit of Cole was up a little too soon. I think Cole saw something up in front instead of staying as he came up a little. And I think with Landon Collins, he wasn't over there in times, like kind of a combination, but props to CMC and for Cam Newton, man, they read that play beautifully, and Cam did throw a great pass. That's going to happen. You're not going to shut everybody out, man. So, but other than that, man, he didn't rip it up like he can.
No,
they kept that guy. We talked about it. We even said we didn't talk about Cam. We didn't talk about anything. We talked about McCaffrey. That's the guy you got to tie that guy down because he'll ruin your day. He starts to get off. And we said the same thing about Brady. If he starts to get going, starts to feel it, and then it's just a long day and you're going to get beat down. And in both games, we took care of both of those guys. We kind of took their number one guy, didn't let him get into a rhythm.
Yeah.
I was saying, Holcomb, Curl were doing good pass coverage. I will say, I want to give a shout out to James Smith-Williams, who's filling in. He did really good. He had 6 tackles. He had one tackle for loss, and he did have the half sack at the end of the game.
Yeah. That was awesome. Finishing up the game with a sack with them 2 jokers on him and somebody else, right?
I think it was Jonathan Allen.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Both of them on top of you, finishing off the game. Yay.
It was awesome in the end. I think Jonathan Allen really caused it too, because he
did.
He came right up the middle, pushed it back. Cam just had to go. And the best part was Cam in that position. Cam in in the first quarter of the game, he could have tried to bolt and probably could have gotten like 15 yards running. But at that point, he had to throw. I mean, he couldn't take a chance, and he waited. And then Smith-Williams was there. So really, when you talk about not having our top 2 defensive ends, our guys really did well.
Hill was in there on a lot of tackles.
Yep. And so they really played that whole played like a unit.
Yep.
Where you are, when you're supposed to be there, know your assignment, don't get squeezed out, don't over pursue. And gosh, man, I mean, if you told me, man, no Montez Sweat, no Chase Young,
right,
that would be worrisome. But so far, man, these guys have acquitted themselves really well. So, I
wasn't worried about any of that. I don't think either one of us is really that worried. I know I'm not. I know them guys can step in. I know Hill, and I want them to, man. You know, they're awesome. They just, you just saw Hill's name all over the place out there. Smith-Williams' name all over the place out there. Cameron Curl, holy crap.
All of them.
It was and like you said, spread out. Everybody getting a piece, which is what they're supposed to be doing. And that's, like you said, 2 weeks in a row, nice and spread out. Now, Curl gets extras because he's all over the place, and he's supposed to be. But everybody else, it's nice and down the line, even tackles. So, did we get a sack?
Just that one.
One to end the game, right?
Yeah, if someone says, hey, you can only have one sack, when do you want it? Well, on 4th down at the end of the game.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Great. It was great.
It's true, and it kind of, like you said, it mirrors the offense. Everyone gets a piece. I think there was a funny I think they had DeAndre Carter mic'd up, and he kept saying something like that. Everyone gets a piece. Everyone gets a piece. It kind of cracked me up. But the defense is the same way. No one's dominating. William Jackson defended a pass. Fuller defended a pass.
Danny Johnson
defended a pass.
Yeah.
They all did it. It's not just, like one guy, one dominant guy just killing it, and then a bunch of mediocre guys. So it's really, it's pretty darn good. I mean,
the scheme is working.
That's it. Know your scheme and stick with it. Even I think it was interesting. Benjamin St. Just, I think he suited up, but I think they kept him as the emergency DB because since no one got dinged or anything, but he wasn't inactive, so that was interesting. But I think if someone got dinged up, he might have come in. But since everyone was healthy, he didn't do anything.
If his brain got dinged, it still seems to me like it's concussion stuff. So
and the problem with Ben is, and we could talk a little bit about those injuries. Is I think he's had a couple in a row, so a little worried.
And close to each other too.
Yeah, if you have the third one, and now you're almost like a guy like that. You might say, you know what, let's just IR you for the year. You take a year off because you can do permanent damage.
Yeah.
You're not helping anybody. We know how those things work.
Yeah,
so
you don't even want 1 and 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? You get one for a season. That's probably your one.
Yeah.
And then that's what I say. You get a second one, and you got to start thinking about that, especially as close as they were together. That's scary.
Yeah, it's worrisome. And then think about all the other dings they get that aren't labeled concussion. They get whacked in the head quite a bit. So anyway, let's hope he gets better. So I think so defense, I mean I think like the O-line, you can give the D-line heck at least a B+. I know they didn't generate a lot of sacks and they didn't generate tackles for loss, but you know what? They just kept everything in front of them. It's weird. It's nothing, crazy. Like you see these games where a team gets 6 sacks and 7 block passes.
Don't need them.
Yeah, they don't need it. Everyone's just where they have to be. Where it's just like
squeezing
they
them.
Just squeeze it. Yeah. See, I was just going to say they just squeeze them in. So
and your other guys we got now, our middle linebackers and everybody can cover tight over the middle. So his check down is taken away from them. And then we got our fucking super Danny Johnson and Smith Williams back there hiding in the corners back there. Quarterback ain't got nothing to do. He can't do nothing. We got him tied up from back to front, dude.
We do. And it's really amazing how one of our biggest gripes was how they seem to be not where they're supposed to be on their zone coverage. It's like they hadn't synced that up. Remember, we were seeing guys like open here, open there. Yeah, it's like like the receiver go through them, and then the DBs look at each other. Oh, I thought you had him.
Yeah,
and now it just seems like wherever the receiver is, boom, there's someone there. They try and throw someone, there's someone there. So you got to give it up for them.
Yeah. And it's so nice to watch. It's so fun to watch. It was, we were loving it. We were trying to ease it along show after show after show. We were pointing out the things that were getting better, the things that we needed to look for in the next few weeks to get better. Then those things would get better. And then we pointed out the last few things that we need to tighten up, to cinch up. And then I think we had like the bye week, and then we saw the Bucks, and then this game. So that's a nice arc of improvement that, me and you have been just like preaching this whole time. And it's kind of nice that it comes to this fruition.
Yeah.
You can fucking sit here and enjoy it and watch the game and go, fuck yes, look at these guys. They're gelling like a team, like they should be. Especially on the defense, because that was a dumpster fire at first. It was terrible.
It was shocking.
Yeah.
It was amazing to watch after last year. And all Washington football team fans and all the Washington football team guys who have content on YouTube. I mean, everybody was like going, what the hell? But they're doing it. They're doing it on offense. And it falls from coach. The way he preaches it, it's very simple. People hated hearing his press conferences, but he was just laying it out there. He was just telling the truth. Hey, they just need, we got to keep repping. We got to keep learning. These guys are learning. And especially when you have as many injuries, And you got a kick returners now. Your Z receiver, and you got your your quarterbacks out, and this guy's out, and you
gotta put rookies out there on your Z.
Yeah, we got rookies all over.
Rookies everywhere. Tight ends.
Yeah, rookies.
International players.
Yeah. They're going, hey, I need time to develop. No, you don't. Get your ass out there.
Running backs that were wide receivers in college.
Yeah. Jared Patterson, rookie. Get out there and bust some play. And he bust some hard plays. He did really good. Even though it was limited, he showed he can run strong and get out there. So awesome stuff. So let's see.
Jamin Davis is a rookie.
Jamin Davis. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And we talked about Benjamin St. Juste has been doing great. Unfortunately, with the concussion thing has slowed him down. But I mean, there's another guy. I mean, it's just nothing but really, they did such a great job in the draft to get these guys in and contributing. It's amazing.
Yeah. We were counting on the D all the way through when I was doing the live stream. All right. Got to ask the D one more time. Sorry, D. Yeah. We're going to ask you one more time. You got to step up and pull this one out for us. And so they did. Yeah. That was a mighty thing. I think I did group hug. But I knew it was that last play. I was like, oh, no. I don't call group hug too often. Whoops. I don't call group hug too often, folks. But I felt like on the 4th and 3, they needed that just a little bit of extra. And I believe it paid off. So exciting.
You didn't want them to just get that first down and keep going and then just feeling that pressure. Yeah. But, they stepped up. Carolina scored first. So sometimes, team scores first. They got that momentum. But Washington football team came back. Gibson dumps that ball in the red zone. That's a backbreaker. But you know what? They came back. I mean, it didn't matter. They just always came back. They never stopped. So
we had some bad penalties that really cost us yardage, and they kept going during the live stream too. I said these guys have to be the kings of shaking that shit off. I mean, like instantly. You know what I mean? Once you fuck it, I think that's the kind of attitude these guys got. Now, fuck it. Who cares? Yeah. Excuse my language, folks. You got to let that go. Sorry. Yep. It's a bad thing. I know more than anybody how bad, when you're the guy who offends, the 15 yards costs the team. You're under the microscope. There's 20 million people staring at you. So, but they shake it off and they kept going. The fumble, they shake it off. They kept going. The opening drive score, they shake it off. Keep going. It's amazing to watch.
It was, 3 personal fouls, right?
Yeah. Ow.
Those 15-yard backbreakers, man.
Yeah. On top of the yardage they were making. Jeez, one was 15 yard, and then the 15 yard on top of that. I was like, oh my God, they were like across the 50 and down close to the red zone. I was like, wait a minute.
It seemed like that happened a couple times where like a 30-yard play all in one.
Yeah. So,
yikes.
But, they overcame them. And that also just points to that's what wins and loses games, because it brought them closer to the brink. You know what I mean? Whereas if they didn't have those, it's much better to not have that. So they can see those things hurt them. So, and I don't think even like the horse collar, that's just him kind of trying to grab the jersey. It was like as barely a horse collar as a horse collar could get. I'm sure he would have just rather had a piece of the jersey. It didn't look like he was going for up in because he could have.
Yeah.
So it was just a little high on his shoulder and he grabbed was all it was. And the one was a block. The personal foul was there was like a pile. I think Flowers or somebody came in because another guy was going to like jump into the pile, he thought, and he got him on one of them side things, a little borderline.
And the face mask was, it was a face mask.
Yeah, it was.
It was so like quick and easy. I mean, it was just sort of, it wasn't one of those head turners. So it wasn't really anything terribly awfully flagrant. So that's good news. Yeah. Kind of picky. So
penalties were about the only thing that really, I think we had a couple delay games that were accidents and maybe 2 illegal motions. About 7 penalties or 8 penalties.
8 penalties, and they had 7. So we were pretty even on penalties. I mean, they had who was that guy? Burris, man. He had 2 personal fouls himself.
Yeah.
Because he came in when Taylor Heineke went on the slide.
Yeah.
He hit him. And then he also, when
That's pretty questionable.
When DeAndre Carter came over the middle, that was a defenseless receiver. He just whacked him.
Yep.
And that's a pretty easy call. That was pretty funny though, that personal foul on Heineke, because Heineke took umbrage and jumped up right away. And he didn't get physical, but he jumped up and put his hands out like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you go back, and all of a sudden Charles Leno comes up and grabs Heineke and goes, come on, man, get in, pushes him in the
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's leadership, man. Of course, when Charles Leno wants you to go somewhere, you just, you pretty much go where Charles Leno wants you to go. That's a big dude, man.
Yeah.
So,
and even the announcer said he was surprised at Heineke, with the whole taunting thing. So, but I think it's all the way and you do it. He was probably saying, hey, man, that's not cool or something.
That's what he did.
What the hell?
Yeah, he didn't come up in his face. He just came up and said, hey, what? Come on, man. I was in the slide. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I didn't deserve that. But Charles got him out of there just in time. So, well, good, man. So look, before we go to special teams, I'm going to touch on a couple quick injuries. We talked about Benjamin St. Just.
Yeah, we did.
Larson, the center, went out. Larson and Cosme, neither one of them practiced today. So there's a little bit to be concerned about. Most people think Larson won't play. So we'll have Schweitzer at center. That's fine, because right now Schweitzer's working with the first team, so he's getting dialed in. So that's good. Cosme, I think he went out, and I always forget the guy that comes in. Why can't I forget his name? Our swing tackle, who just played fantastic. I can't remember his name. I have to look him up.
Flowers.
No, Leno, left tackle. This is the right tackle. What's his name? I can't remember. Lucas. Cornelius Lucas. And Charles Leno. Yeah, Leno on the left. So Cornelius Lucas came in. So Cornelius might start, which is great. Here's another thing. Our highest rated player by Pro Football Focus was Cornelius Lucas. He also had he had like an 84 rating and had a 91 run block rating. So he basically whooped his guy every time we ran. So once again, we're going to be without maybe a couple offensive linemen. We got great guys filling in.
Hell yeah, dude.
Other than that,
your left tackle is important.
Yep. And so I think Cosme, his thing is going to be fine. I think he'll just need to rest. The only other big news is Logan Thomas is still doing individual workouts. They're just waiting for that hamstring to be 100%. So could be this week, could be next week. We'll see. But we're going to get Logan Thomas back.
Good.
That's going to be amazing. Him and Bates and Samus and those guys. It's going to be incredible.
Seals Jones.
Yeah, Seals Jones will be in there. Heck yeah. But that means, boy, we'll probably end up releasing Tamarick, and we'll have to put someone on the practice squad. But hopefully we can protect him, because I mean, even a guy like Samus Reyes, I could see some of these teams wanting to grab him. So anyway, that's it really for the injuries. Some guys are a little dinged up, but the major ones are Cosme and Larson. But we're covered.
And we have till Monday, so they get an extra day.
Exactly. And also now that means everything too. That's why we weren't getting much info today.
Right.
Because we report a day later than everybody. So, man, we might not find out stuff till Saturday. But once again, we're only talking about a few key guys. And if Cosme and Larson don't play, we know who their backups are. They're already battle tested. So we're not really worried.
Yeah. We're going up against the Seahawks. So.
Oh, that too. So let's see, man. Kudos to offense. Yeah, let's go special teams. What can you say, man?
Yeah. Joey Sly. Wow. 2 for 2. And then he kicked 2 extra points, right?
3 extra points, 2 for 2 on the field goals. I mean, he has just stepped in. He's 100%, man, since we got him.
It's nice, ain't it?
It is. And I think he's loving it, man, because he's got He's got the cheese man snapping the ball, got his buddy Tressway holding. I think he feels like, man, these guys are a machine. All I got to do is plant and kick. I don't have to worry about any background. I don't have to worry about this guy. No, I've got these two guys, got this killer holder, got this machine long snapper. All I got to do is swing my right leg and it's through. And he's great. We talked about it. He's a local guy. Couldn't be happier. We really needed it because you always talk about it. You know, when you fix something, you can go work on other things.
Yes.
Man. Yeah, it's just like at home, man. When you got a home and you're working on it, I mean, you get a few things fixed, you can concentrate on other parts of your house. You know, you're not worried about that. And that's kind of how it is here with Sly. Has really helped this team.
Yeah, he don't give me no anxiety whatsoever. Nope. So, loving that guy. And Tressway did really good.
Yep.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He had two long ones when we needed the long one, and he dropped one inside of the 10 when we needed one inside of the 10. You cannot ask for more than that.
Yep. Tressway, man, he's like he's like perfect. Reminds me of DeAndre Carter returning kicks. He just always does the right thing all the time.
Yeah.
Just never, you just don't even think about him, really, quite frankly. So, yeah, just got to give it up for special teams. I mean, they're great. I mean, really, talk about not even worrying about a complete unit. You know, we got other things to worry about. And, you know, special teams is one of the last things you want to worry about. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not trouble.
Not that they're not important, but man, you know, you got so much work for your offense, for your defense, for your scheming for the other team. You don't need to be messing with your special teams guys. So anyway, hats off to them. Well, here we come. Coaching.
Yeah.
Whew. I don't know, man. What can we say, man? Coach Turner and Coach Del Rio. I mean, they're in that B+, A- range. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like Scott Turner's developed along with the team. So that's been nice. He's been figuring it out too. These drives that we've been doing, putting DeAndre Carter in motion. We were doing a lot more motion stuff. We do our 2 tight end setup a lot. It was a heavy run game by him. I really like that. That's what I want. Good defense, heavy run, then pick off the receivers every now and then, which is what they did. It's exactly what they did. I mean, Heineke, like I said, was only like 16 for 24. Those aren't high numbers at all for passing. So everything else was rushing. So, Turner's been dialing it up. I can't say about Jack Del Rio. I think a lot on the defense has to do with them probably gelling more and getting better as individually running their assignments correctly and stuff like that. So whatever got them to do that. And of course, Coach Ron, you know, he's just steady Eddie. So that's what you want as a coach. A linebacker coach is your steady, like your bass player in your band. You just need super mellow, just keep the pace, keep it going. So good coaching job.
Yeah, he did a great job. You almost got to give him the A+. Coming back to Carolina, not letting it distract, and just, you know, being such a leader of that team, you know, just taking a guy like Gibson and without any fanfare, just sitting him down, you know, just saying, hey, just take a break. We got some other guys, you know, kind of some tough love.
Yeah.
Let him come back in the second half and just overall just managing this team. He's just, I mean, I can't, you know, I mean, it's always been from the beginning. We said it, you know, his drive to have them learn the systems and do all that first, you know, and always, like you said, you know, not, you know, 11 guys. What is it? Not one guy doing 11
things, but 11 guys doing one thing.
One thing. And, you know, and the people, you know, but you don't give him credit. He did it. And because really, I mean, there's nothing super crazy, exciting, dynamic, nuts. It's just like you said, it's just on both sides of the ball. Just keep moving, spreading it out and letting everyone have a piece of the action. So, yeah, he deserved a lot. It was a big game for him. You know, he played it down, but it had to feel good going back to Carolina. getting that
Yeah,
win.
it really did. And then, again, I'll say it, the sacking Cam on a 4th and 3 to finish it out. That's brutal in front of their home crowd. Ow.
Yep.
That was fun.
That was fun. They did such a good job, man. They always fought back. So, well, now got the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. Monday
What's
Night
going
Football.
On? Now that's going to be great. So you're going to be able to do the live stream there.
I am. I'm going to be able to watch it here in Seattle. I live in Seattle, so
that'll be awesome.
It'll be good.
Call that game. I'll be watching it too. I get it on the iPad, so I'll be watching it there, and I'll be in the chat room. So
chat room.
Yeah, so you guys show up, man. Monday night live stream, man.
The chat is fun.
Chat's fun. We've been getting the same folks coming in, which kind of is great. Kind of a little bit of a family affair, and people just kind of dropping in and dropping out. But who cares? It really adds to the game. So if you're out there, man, and you check out the live stream, come on into the chat and tell us how you're feeling.
Yeah, and I'll be able to call the game, which is better than just waiting for Yahoo guy to type it in at his leisure. So, I'll be calling it. It'll be fun. Everybody will be there. So, we're playing the Hawks at home in front of the crowd. The Hawks look like shit. So,
what's going on there, man? They just
the same old deteriorating over the years. I've been watching it for a few years now. I'm not a Russell Wilson fan. So, and you can tell he just phoned that last one in. And the one before, he don't even look like he's there. So, the whole finger thing, So, and they've just hodgepodge their team together. They never have done anything about their O-line since day one. And who wants to block for a diva? Not me. That's why they can't get a front line. So, and then they just try and build. They just kind of Jamal Adams and just this and that here and there, trying to piece together a team and trying to build it around Russ. And I don't think he's a team builder kind of. He's a rah-rah type, but I don't know. It doesn't seem genuine to me, I guess is the best way I could put it. So it seems like a surface rah-rah come together team. So
yeah, and they did great when they had that great D, but they don't have that great D anymore, man. Man, that's a thing of the past, and they never patched it up. They never got any better. They just never could get the right people in, and it just like you said, this happens a lot. It's just it's been the flow of football and sports in general. Once you hit the mountaintop, a lot of times you see a couple bad choices, spend too much money on the wrong guy, don't get rid of guys soon enough, and before you know it, you're rebuilding. I see them doing a huge rebuild next year. I think I'm starting all over. Who knows?
All over.
Who knows? Carol, GM, everybody.
Wilson, they might just gone.
Yep,
you have to just burn it to the ground.
Yeah, it's the only way to do it. It just really is the only way. So, well, I tell you, you don't want to get
We'll
cocky.
start with us. We'll help them burn to the ground.
Yeah,
starting Monday night.
Exactly. We're going to help you guys along because you've been holding out hope, and so that's ridiculous. We're going to give you some Washington football team tough love.
We'll give you some relief from that. You won't have to hope anymore.
That's right. Yeah, on the plane ride home, you'll be going, "Wow, we suck." We suck. We don't want to get overconfident and everything. No. I think that's the great thing about our team is not a bunch of divas and knuckleheads. We play the system. We just play what's in front of us. We don't care if it's Tom Brady. We don't care if it's Cam Newton, and we don't care if it's a garbage football team. It doesn't matter. We play the system. We know the scheme. We know what we're supposed to do. We know where we're supposed to be. Personally, I think they play hard, play strong, and keep running. That's the beauty.
The running
against a team like Seahawks. Don't let them get in the game. Just grind them, run. Put all three backs in there, and they'll fold after a while. They just won't be able to step up to that constant pounding that this O-line's going to bring. So you don't have to sit and throw for 395 yards or any of that stuff. I'm predicting a win here. I really do think they'll control this game.
Yeah, you know me. I'm going with
I know
it.
you.
I got to go with the win. I'm really excited about this game. Everybody should know that I used to like the Seahawks, and when we made this channel, I switched from the Seahawks to the Washington football team. So it'll be exciting. I think last year, did the Hawks beat Washington football team 20-15 or something like that? So here's their chance to make it up. So
let's do it.
Yeah, let's do some AI real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, AI.
Let's do it. Come on. I think the three of us, I think we're 6-0 the last 2 games, man.
Nice.
I know. So let's see if AI can keep it up. Okay. Heads, Washington football team. Tails, Seahawks. Hit it.
Whoa. I can't even see it. Tails.
Oh, okay. AI going against the grain. He just did that to piss you off, man.
I know. Well, I got this quarter in Seattle, so it's probably got some kind of weird gravitational thing to it.
Yeah.
Right.
So you'll be calling the game from Seattle.
From Seattle.
Yep. I'll be in Dallas. I'll be in the chat for the game. So man, let's make it 3 in a row, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm excited for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And go Raiders for Thursday.
Yep. Happy Thanksgiving. Raiders destroy them. Now, last year at Thanksgiving was that I think the Washington football team beat the Dallas like 41-16 or just beat the living crap out of them. So maybe the Raiders can go in there and shock them.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
And the Eagles play New York on Sunday.
So that's like a win-win. Whoever wins, right?
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a tie.
There you go. Although I think Giants fired Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
So, yeah, who knows? I mean, maybe things will get a little bit better. Personally, I'd like to see the Giants beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles have more potential. I think the Giants are, they're not the Seahawks, but there's just so much work to be done there. I think the Eagles have a little more potential. So yeah, let's hope the Giants punch them in the face and hope the Raiders take care of Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah. Should be good. All right, man.
Well, I'll see you Monday.
Monday night.
Yeah. 7:20 here. So what? 5:20 your time?
Yes. 5:20 my time. I'll be on like 15 minutes ahead of time. You guys want to come and watch? Anybody who stayed to the end of this show, kudos to you.
The both of you. So, yeah. And I'll be in there in the chat room, and I'll get there early. We'll talk about, I'll put some injury information. I'll put the inactives in there, and then we'll run with it, man.
Super excited. Thanks, y'all.
Yep. All right, man. Thanks, Grover. Good show.